Today we're going to check out some MoKo cases for the iPhone 11, and thanks to them, they sent me some of these to let me know and review these cases. So we're gonna go with the clear one first, and it's like any basic clear case. The back panel is all plastic and the sides are all rubbery like TPU material. So you do get a nice grip when you hold it, but on the back, since it's all plastic, it does collect a lot of fingerprints. Now, if you look closely, there are some sort of texture inside of the case. It's not 1-to-1 ratio of transparency. You do see some sort of dots, but from far away, you don't really notice it. In the corners, it does stick out a little bit more just to provide a little bit more protection when you drop it. Next up is the silicone case, and it does feel like silicone, so it has a nice matte material that feels really smooth in the hands, so it's not slippery at all. I feel like the silicone material really collects some dust on there, and it does take some effort to actually wipe away or clean this case. But I think over time that will be an issue. The case is pretty thin and the inside does have this felt material, so it's really nice to actually have an extra layer of protection on the back panel of your phone. And once you put the phone in, it's really hard to get this case out because the edges of this case is really rigid. The only parts that's really flappy is the whole bottom piece and the side where the volume buttons are. It's nice to know that once you put the phone in, it's actually hard to get out, so it's not going to go anywhere. I do like the feel of this, and it's really slim. The next case we're going to talk about is a two-piece case. The inner material is like TPU, and the whole outer piece is plastic. Now, the piece that's all plastic does hold a ring in there, so I feel like a lot of people who usually buy those separate things to stick it on the back of their phone for that ring attachment, this one already comes built in. Like all the ring attachments, you can just use it with your fingers or just use it as a kickstand. I'm not sure about the durability or when the ring will start to become loose, but so far it does feel great in the hands, and it's nice to have that added protection of not dropping your phone. The whole back panel is a bit more slippery than the others since it's plastic, but the edges do feel nice, and you can have a nice grip to it because of that TPU material. The next case is pretty flashy, so I feel like it's more catered towards the female audience. Now, this is not my style of case, so I feel like people who really want this would really want to show off their phone or really want it to stand out. This reminds me of a snow globe where you shake it, there's a lot of snow flying around, so it's kind of like the same concept. With this design, it does make the case a bit more bulkier than all the other cases I mentioned before. Now, the sides are TPU, so you do have a nice grip to it, and I feel like it's pretty protective. The whole back panel is plastic, so it does collect fingerprints over time, but overall, this case does feel protective enough to actually survive a drop. The final case we're going to talk about is a rugged style case, and I feel like this one is more on the thinner side of the ruggedness of all the cases I've experienced. Now, this case also comes with a front panel and a belt clip that's rotatable, but it's kind of weird to me because usually these type of cases, I'm used to seeing the phone getting out from the front panel or the belt clip by sideways like this. But with this case, it's a bit weird because it goes from top to bottom, and I'm not used to this in the design as well. I feel like the design may help you grab it out from top to bottom, but I do like how there's felt material on the front panel to protect the front of your screen. On the back of the case, there is a kickstand, which is nice and handy. Like I said before, this case does feel more on the thinner side for a rugged case, but I feel like you're not going to drop this a lot because on these edges here, it feels like they're perfectly for your fingers. So those are all the cases MoKo sent me to review, and I feel like it's a good range from more minimalistic people all the way up to people who are more clumsy that needs more of a rugged phone case. If you are interested in any of these products, I do have links down below for you guys to check out. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.